baby.
All right,
Yes.
now let's see if you can get in here without breaking any of our legs.
I'm gonna
or
kill
your
you.
legs.
I'm gonna kill
Don't
you.
hurt yourself, fam.
Oh God, it feels so good on my
Oh, it's nice and warm
it
today.
feels so good.
All right,
Perfect
so-
temperature.
Oh, I forgot my glasses.
That's all right. Someone can bring you those glasses, I bet.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers, guys.
Sunday soak.
SPF with no sun out. It's great.
That's protecting us regardless.
So, quick note here. We're looking at the forecast, and we're looking above us right now, and it looks terrible.
Does not look good.
Being
Yep.
in a hot tub during any type of thunderstorm is a bad idea.
Yeah.
So, assuming something goes wrong and we start getting weather, we're going to get the fuck out of here and run off. So, just be prepared for that. We're going to try and rapid fire through everything first. But first, of course, as always, this is the Sunday Soak, powered by Goose Island.
Cheers.
Having some Goose Island.
SPF is dope.
We got a little humble brag. I don't think we talked about this, but I'm going to give my humble brag for the
Do it.
weekend.
Love it.
I fit into a Youth XL shirt this weekend. You may have seen pictures of it on the internet.
Very
Definitely-
stylish.
definitely
Very
fit.
stylish.
I thought it fit nicely.
I thought
It
so,
fit
too.
Nicely.
It's a pretty nice fit.
Now, Sleepy Harold did stretch it out a little bit for me so that I could get into it.
He put it on over his coat.
Yeah.
And then he gave it to you to put on. You put it directly to your skin.
Right,
And he's huge.
and it's still
Yeah.
If you've ever met Sleepy Harold, he's a huge
He's a
guy.
monster. He's a big fella.
I mean, I thought I was big.
it's hard to see because of the camera angle, but I'm still wearing it. It's just stretched so thin that you can see right through it.
It's beautiful.
That's a
People-
good humble brag.
People, you want to tell us about anything?
Absolutely. We've got an event next Sunday, so about this time, but next week, Memorial Day weekend, that is May 26th. We're going to do a little watch party at Buffalo Wings and Rings. Our friends at Buffalo Wings and Rings always take great care of us. That's 3434 South Halsted. We're going to watch the White Sox and Twins. The game starts at 1:10. I think Treasy and I will be there noon 30-ish. We're in the missing MSS formation, aren't we?
No, I think I should be around, but not till 5 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
No, I'll be there. I'm pretty sure.
So come on through. We'll have a competition like we've done in the past. Someone will get a chance to win some shit. I'm going to do some gambling
New
stuff.
merch, too.
Yeah, we've got some new merch.
New merch should be available then.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
we will give away a piece of each of that new merch that we get.
Beautiful. And I plan to do some gambling stuff, so it should be fun. So come
Yeah.
through. If you're not going anywhere, it's going to be a great time.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to these questions.
Let's absolutely do it. So the first question on the list is from our guy Buzz. He wants to know, do you guys love me as much as I love you?
Oh, wonderful. And so, we got a checkbox, a yes, no, or maybe.
I think that's what it is, yeah.
Okay.
It's a solid maybe because I want to work some free gifts. Like, we need a couple more koozies or something from the
Non-tap sports guys.
Yep.
I'm
We need some
gonna
of
check
those.
yes.
I would
gotta-
also check yes. Yeah, like
Well, you
there's
guys are related.
there's
right?
certain
Yeah, that's my nephew.
there's certain people that you meet and you immediately like them. It's like, oh, that's my guy. And that's how Buzz is. I thought Buzz and Juice were both like that. Like, when we met them, it's like, these are our kind of guys.
I'm still a maybe on Juice until he becomes a Sox fan.
That's all right. The next question is from Mook. It says, why is the first baseman left out of the strikeout toss around the infield? You ever notice that? When they have a
Yeah.
strikeout, they throw it to third, to second, short, back to third, back to the pitcher. Any
He's
thoughts?
he's the worst one to catch the ball. That's why he's at first. So you don't want to he's only got a limited amount of times that he'll actually catch it. So you don't want to waste it on something like that. So especially when it's Jose Abreu. So you don't want to be like, and then he fucks it up and it flies out in the audience.
I actually have
I don't know
no
why.
idea.
I don't know why either.
Like, this is something that I've kind of wondered myself. But yeah, I don't know. I could probably look it up on the internet, but I refuse.
Yeah, give me the elixir.
All right.
I'll
Get the big
just
one.
I'll just assume that it's because they used to throw it around the horn every time, and since the first baseman would be the most likely person to get that out, that they didn't use him. That's my guess.
Yeah, I got a quick theory on this. I think it's similar to when you go to a big rock show and they pass it around and let everyone get a little bit, but they don't do the singer by himself. The singer doesn't, like, all the instruments go off and the singer sings by himself
Like a
a
vocal
cappella for a
solo?
while.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't do that. And the reason why is because they get the most action throughout the game. The first baseman is catching the most balls. They get the most action out of anyone in the infield. So I think it's just you
you're
don't
trying to
need
keep
it.
everyone else warmed up.
You
He's
keep-
already warmed up.
He's already warm. You don't
And he
need to
doesn't
warm
need
him
to
up.
warm up his arm because he doesn't have to.
He doesn't
throw it.
really have
That's
to throw.
correct. So yeah,
Okay.
I think that's why, but I'm not sure.
I'll believe that. That's good.
Next question's from Aloha Mr. Hand. He says, who plays the 108ers in a movie? So us three, Wally Money, him, Big and Slump Buster. Do we have ideas for anybody?
Oh, I got a couple ideas.
Okay.
So for you, it's 100% John Turturro.
Yes.
John Turturro plays you.
Kanish.
For Pete, I don't know this guy's name, and I should, but the guy that plays Joe in Reservoir Dogs. I want him to be Pete.
So I was feeling Brian Dennehy for Pete.
Oh yeah.
I was feeling Brian Dennehy,
could
like
be
Brian Dennehy in Gladiator, the good Gladiator.
Yeah.
Not the bullshit with Russell Crowe. The good Gladiator with like Cuba Gooding Jr. and shit, the boxing movie. Like that could be his aura, the angry kind of like tough guy,
For Biggins, what's that dude from Snatch? Vinnie Jones? Is that the guy who used to be like a soccer player, like a rugby player or something? And then he's the big tall guy. He's in all those movies. He's in Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that dude for Biggins.
Biggins offered up John Holmes. For himself.
Okay.
But John Holmes was a small but mighty man.
He said he wasn't sure if he was still alive, but if this guy's still alive,
Oh,
he
he's
wants John
definitely
Holmes.
not alive. Definitely not alive.
I had one for my side summer too. I picked Lou Ferrigno. He's the biggest guy out of us, and he should look the biggest.
And I don't speak very well.
Perfect.
100% on.
And I had one. Oh, I had one for Dreezy also.
Oh no! What's going on here?
Now I think Dreezy's told several stories about the George Clooney incident, but fuck that. It's not George Clooney. I think Mark Consuelos.
I don't know who that
Dreezy.
is. Who's that?
He's still a good-looking guy.
He's a good-looking guy. Yeah, exactly.
Who's Mark Consuelos?
He's Kelly Ripa's husband, or was her husband, or something like that.
Is
her husband?
He's in Riverdale.
He's in Riverdale. I mean, he's in some shit. Like
all shit I don't watch.
You'll have to find him, but he's a
First off,
handsome kid.
We were missing the obvious guy that he should be, and it's Cheech Marin.
Yeah,
Cheech Marin should definitely play.
that's who I would self-cast.
I'm not feeling that.
Because he looks old as hell, especially next to most of the actors that we named.
But you know what's funny though? Cheech, current Cheech, if you look at Cheech, he looks exactly like Minor People's dad, Mad
Yes.
Max.
Yeah, he
They
does.
to the point that Mad Max got the suspenders and everything just to really do
To
it.
like
up.
fuck
Yeah.
people up, right?
So
When they
so we
see
still
it.
got to get Wally money, and we got to get the Slump
First
Buster.
off, Slump Buster, I forgot what he looks like, so I'm just gonna skip him.
I rarely see him, yeah. So I
Yeah.
don't know if we need to add him in here. All I know is he's been a big pain in the ass whenever he came out to a game lately, so he'll get skipped. How about Wally money?
Wally's a tough cast.
I think Wally is a very tough cast.
He's
yeah.
a tough cast because they don't really make him like Wally too much out there.
They don't. I
I'm
kinda
gonna
want-
say mine is the guy who played Popeye Saavedra in Blood and Blood Out. If we could get his hair slicked down,
That's the problem, though.
The tough part.
Yeah, that's gonna be
the
an
tough
issue.
part.
Well,
Well, I mean, in prison he had it pretty slicked down.
That's
so I think
true.
we might be able to.
It
do
was
that.
when he got out when he had the big shit sticking
Right,
out
right.
everywhere. Yeah, no, it's. I don't
Although
know.
that's how I assume that Wally Money answers the door.
I was sort of. I was sort of thinking like you just go with stereotypical like funny-looking Mexican guy. So I was gonna go with Paul Rodriguez just because
Yeah.
it's like hilarious that he looks nothing like him, but it's just like
But he-
stick random Mexican in there for that Mexican guy.
Who's that little fat Mexican guy? So he's like, I'm Fluffy. Who's that guy?
That guy's name is Fluffy, or his nickname is Fluffy. He's
Fluffy?
a comedian. Yeah.
He should be that guy with slick hair. Yeah.
Oh
that's what
no,
I'm
no!
thinking.
I got to go off camera. I think to make sure I got this. Is it Michael Pena, the guy from Ant-Man? Is that his name?
Oh no.
You can just yell it. People know you're there.
She's got Google.
It's something Pena. He's
gonna
in
Google it.
Ant-Man. That guy should play Wally. 100%. That guy should play Wally. He's really great and really funny. If I don't know how he is when he gets drunk, but I just assume he's like drunk Walter. So that's my assumption.
Great assumption. Next question is from our guy Matty Ice, longtime guy. Says, "What's our go-to order at Buffalo Wings and Rings?"
Man.
For me, it's the pretzel bites.
Those are good.
I always get the pretzel bites whenever I go there. I'm not. I love wings, but sometimes I'm just like drink 1,000 beers and get a couple appetizers.
Yeah.
Cheese sticks or some shit.
And
like
with that extra quick queso, you can give it to Mr. Hand, and he will just drink it.
He'll chug it. Yeah, he'll chug it for you.
It's delicious.
My go-to is
A lot of electrolytes.
just the boneless buffalo wings, just straight up boneless buffalo wings, and then whatever the big beer is, like when they go like, hey, I'm ordering a beer, and they go, do you want this size or this size? Whichever one's the larger one, I want that one.
The asshole size.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
call it.
I'll be honest, Buffalo Wings and Rings low-key has some great beers at really good prices.
Yes,
Whatever they end
they
up
do.
having on tap, like whatever their special is always like outrageously underpriced and terrific.
Well, we're really not going to go a place that's not good to drink at.
That's
So,
true.
I mean, like, that's
It's absolutely
I like the garlic parm, the boneless, and I get about 15
Okay.
because it's like $16 or $13 or something. It's pretty cheap.
We're not going to
Seems
talk
like a lot of chicken.
I don't think we should talk about it today, but boneless wings are just chicken nuggets.
Yes.
Let's just be honest.
But
with ourselves.
They are, and I also don't care because chicken nuggets are better than chicken wings.
Okay, all right. I
Go
feel
fuck
that.
yourself if you have a problem with that. Go live in Buffalo.
Hey, the sun's out.
The next, for a minute, then there'll be a tornado.
Well,
8 minutes from
I'm
now.
not
We're in,
like,
we're in the eye of the storm right now, guys.
It might end shortly.
the sun is going to be out for 15 minutes, and I will be sunburned in those 15 minutes.
The wind's
It's
gonna
be
go.
awesome.
We'll get swept up into a train like some grifters, and we'll be gone forever. All right. Next question is from Saxophone Solo, and Saxophone Solo wants to know how embarrassing is it that Lucas Giolito credited his high school coach with his recent success?
It doesn't embarrass me at all, but I think it definitely should embarrass Don Cooper. I think it's kind of sad. Like I mean, like we've talked extensively. By the way, I did not know that Han Solo had a brother. But so
Few do.
the Sox have failed at really teaching a lot of guys to do things and to fix their mechanics or things like that. Guys like James Shields, one of the greatest pitchers of all time,
Yeah.
was having a really tough time with the Sox, and then
Yep.
he decided on his own, from all accounts, this was his own decision. No one advised this to go with the 3/4 arm slot, and he got much better after that.
Right. That's,
Like-
that's true.
And this is the kind of thing where they miss on guys, right? Because if you go back a couple of years, we were talking right around the trade deadline, or the waiver trade deadline. So it was an opportunity because the Sox were in such a shitty spot that they could go and claim all these guys that were on waivers, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
And so I said they should just claim Justin Verlander, just so no one else gets him.
Yep.
And they didn't. And they didn't because they probably thought he was done with his career.
He's
He was
expensive, too.
overpaid.
Yeah.
And the Astros did because they actually looked at some footage and said, yeah, this guy has a problem, and we can fix it pretty easily, and he's
Yeah.
going to be good. And that's what they did. The Sox are not out there doing that, and they need to be.
Well, to be fair, Don Cooper has a lot of people to fix. So he's got like a backed up system.
Yeah,
I would think
yes, I
Gio
agree
would
with
get
this.
to the top of the order.
He'd be at the top of the
Yeah,
list,
right.
right?
But, you know, as quickly as everybody wrote him off last year, maybe they were like, you know what, the fans don't like him, so let's not fix him. But we're going to still trot him out every fourth or fifth day.
We'll fix a more likable guy than you. Sorry.
Yeah. Let's keep fucking with Carson Fulmer. Let's see how that works out. It might be better.
I've got a slightly different take on this, and in theory, yes, it would be embarrassing. However, not everyone gets fixed directly by their coach or their
Sure.
supervisor or whatever. Sometimes, like even in MLB, you see guys go to driveline on their own because they don't. The coaching staff they're with, they don't fucking know. They haven't been able to figure it out. You need another set of eyes, someone else to take a look at it.
Yeah.
Even look at yourself in your personal career. Does your boss or your supervisor help you fix everything? No, you go in a lot of different directions to try to fix it. They may indicate some things, or you may find some things on your own. So I think it looks more embarrassing than it actually is. But Teresa, you're right, and so are you, my sex number. They need to start finding some stuff for some people. They
Right.
need to start fixing some
Right. It
people.
would be different if they were like, oh, well, he was just such a lost cause. We had fixed this guy's thing and this guy's thing.
Yeah.
But no,
Right.
it doesn't seem like they're fixing anything. And the guys that are getting fixed in any type of way are going, I went and talked to this other person.
Yes.
Like
Right.
there was, which leans more to there's no help within there. Not that it works for most people, but it didn't work for me, so I had to go to this other thing.
Right.
Our PR is a little messy, though, too. Like, somebody should be telling Gio, like, maybe we shouldn't say that.
Right,
Like,
right.
should have said my high school coach with the help of Don Cooper.
Right.
Or something
Not
like,
that.
just throw him
Yeah.
in there.
Be honest. Just be
No,
honest.
I mean,
Why
you can
not?
be honest, but, like, I'm just saying, PR is PR.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know what's going to stick out, what's going to be highlighted.
Exactly.
It's going to be that embarrassing
Oh,
shit. You know?
Don Cooper sucks.
Exactly.
Yep.
Next question is from our guy, Sockside, longtime guy. Saw him yesterday. Good to see him. We might want to answer this as a group because I don't know how many choices there really are for this. But he says,
There's a lot.
What are our 3 favorite Keanu
Not very
Reeves
good.
movies?
Oh, wow. I could probably rattle off 3 really quickly.
I mean,
Oh,
Parenthood's got to be.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say Parenthood, and I was gonna say The Matrix.
Parenthood.
I have not seen the John Wick movies. I'm in the minority here. I think
I haven't
I've not
seen that.
I haven't seen them either.
But I
haven't
feel
seen
like,
it.
Yeah,
I feel like those-
I watched it last night.
I've never.
I
I've
feel like
never
those
seen
would go to the
it.
top of my list. I've heard really good things.
Yeah.
Bill and Ted.
Bill and
I
Ted.
gotta say,
gotta
Bill
be
and
on
Ted, and I like Point Break, even though it's kind of a chick.
Oh, I do too. It's kind of
Chick
goofy,
flick.
but I like
yeah, it's
it.
kind of a chick flick.
I don't categorize the bank robbers movie as
Bro.
a surfer guy
Bro.
as a chick flick.
Patrick Swayze, good-looking guy. Keanu Reeves, good-looking guy.
All
Red
right.
Hot
well,
Chili Peppers, good-looking guys. It's a chick movie.
I would say the people in Dog Day Afternoon were good-looking guys. I wouldn't quite put that as a chick
totally
flick.
different movie.
But
When
your
he
qualification is that they're good-looking.
When he freaks out at the beach when Patrick Swayze goes into the abyss, right? And he's like getting all mad, and he's like, "He ain't coming back," and shit. It's like, man, this is his vagina story written all over. Sorry, that's what it is.
So that is
the
your
vagina
number one. I
stories.
get it.
Yeah, so that's why I like it.
So I think we've named 4, and he has, I think, 5 movies. So I think we did pretty good. I don't. I'm not a big Dog Star fan. I'll just throw that out there.
You're critical of his music work. All right, next question's from Shrisho, and Shrisho asks, if you were the GM today, what 3 moves would you do immediately? I think we should at least each take one move. What do you
All
think about that? My Sock Summer, you want to go first?
No,
No.
I don't.
I'll go first then. I would go out there and I would pay 2 times for the best pro scouting that exists throughout the majors, and I'd steal all them motherfuckers and put them right in the White Sox right away.
It's a good call.
I would buy a bus ticket for Yonder Alonso, not tell him where it's going, and just put him on it.
Yeah.
And then we just never see him again. That's kind of, that would be my first move.
That's the first move.
That's such a good move too. And like I want to say the same thing. I don't know. Get a fucking I don't know. I don't know what I would do. There's a lot of things.
I mean,
that
you
need
just
fixing.
trashed a pitching coach. I think you
I
might have a
know,
move.
but
You might have a move up your sleeve.
I like Don Cooper.
Okay.
All right,
Sorry.
next
Sorry.
question. Sock supporter, shut up while I'm reading. Sock supporter asks, what's our go-to hard liquor?
Vodka.
Oof.
Yeah, I like
Mine is
vodka.
rye. Rye all the way.
Mine's tequila. In fact, if they had a
So weird.
tequila, instead of beer vendor, tequila vendor walking around with little cazadores, I'd take Neats all game.
Oh, that's such good shape.
All right, next
I don't think we
question.
can carry you home.
Next question is from White Sox Sal. Anything, White Sox Sal?
Oh, fuck you, Sal.
What percentage of the hot tub water is urine at the end of the soak?
Was 60?
Listen,
Better be 0.
since we've like started the podcast and we don't drone on in here for 3 hours,
Yeah.
I don't pee in the tub very much anymore.
I
You
got
motherfucker.
So, I'll answer this with
I did it. I really don't.
by this time of the weekend, I'm so dehydrated that
It's
there is
true.
not urine to be made. I have to drink 7 of these just to squeeze out a drop.
7 of these delicious Next Coast IPAs and SPF beers from
Absolutely.
Goose Island.
No question about it.
Delicious.
Truth be told, when the show ends, at least one of us is usually running out of here and going straight to the bathroom so we can pee when it's over. So I would say it's 0% pee in here. Next question is from Lorianne Sanders. She says, what's your favorite Goose Island beer?
You know what? I'm gonna go off script here.
Do it.
Dry Hop 312, when it's fresh and like ready to go. That is my favorite beer. Plus, it's a black can, so I think that's awesome.
Looks cool.
Now,
Yeah.
you guys know
Like
me.
the
I'm
way it
not
looks.
a big IPA guy or
No.
a big, like I'm kind of a straight up. I want to drink a bunch of beers in the sun, and usually I'm like a Tecate guy when I do that. But it's called Villain. I think it's the Villain's Lager.
Natural Bill.
Natural Villain
Yeah.
Lager. It's like a thing they did with Twin Peaks band.
Yeah.
And it is awesome. I love it. One podcast we had like a 12-pack of that.
We
I
did.
think I drank most of it.
Yep.
So yeah, that's my favorite.
The only podcast we've ever edited.
Yes.
That's correct. I mean, I think everyone's real favorite is probably Bourbon County.
Oh,
But I assume we're
yeah.
throwing out
Yeah, I
Bourbon
mean, you
County,
can't-
right? Okay.
you can't- yeah.
I would go Next Coast IPA.
Next Coast.
I
is
really
so
enjoy the
delicious.
Next Coast IPA,
So
and
good.
it's got a nice high level of alcohol, so I can get shit faced at the game.
Yeah, it makes you forget where you're at. So
Yes.
enjoy responsibly.
100%. The next question is from the Buffalo Wings and Rings account. It said, if the 3 of you entered a wing eating contest at Buffalo Wings and Rings, who wins?
My Sock Summer.
No.
No.
I'm gonna go with the guy that ate 5 McRibs in one day with fries and probably multiple Cokes. I'm gonna go with Beef Loaf.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the upset. I'm gonna go My Sock Summer. I think once there's the determination to win, I think we already know what you can do, and you're the favorite, and so
Yeah.
there's a max on that.
That's
I
true.
think that when My Sock Summer sees that he has a fighting chance, he's gonna go over the top.
He'll spend the extra.
He's gonna turn his hat around and then rip your arm off.
Well, I'll start training next week. Luckily,
Sounds good.
I have a headband, so when the meat sweats set in,
It just gets caught right
soak
there.
it right up.
It doesn't get in your way.
Yeah.
Beautiful. The next question is from Mailman Jack. He says, if a fist fight broke out between Beef and Chirizi, Whose honor is MSS defending?
Well, it depends what the fight's about, right? But I also would probably lean more to protecting Chirizi.
Yeah.
Because he's
I need
smaller.
it.
I think that's
and he might,
obvious.
but you're also asthmatic, so you might,
That's true.
You could stop, you might start like wigging out in the middle and have to go get your inhaler. So it's like, but I still think size-wise, I'm gonna definitely hold on. Now, if Chirizi says something really stupid and it's offensive, and I don't particularly care for it either, I might just let you go to town.
I
Beautiful.
can't even imagine what I'd have to do to get Beefloaf to punch me. But if I did something that provoked that, just let me get beat up because I absolutely deserve it. Pick me up and take me to the hospital.
Yeah.
That'll be defending my honor. But I probably absolutely deserve whatever came to me.
Yeah, we've never gotten into that kind of, even growing up, we didn't fist fight. There was no physical altercations between us. We do sometimes disagree about stuff when we're doing these 108 things, and we'll get into a
Yes.
shouting match. If that's any indication.
Not very many times though.
No, not much.
For the amount of time we've hung out, it has been very
Once in a
few,
great while.
few things.
If that sort of altercation goes down, MSS is usually siding with Chirizi because Chirizi, whatever Chirizi's saying usually makes more sense than whatever I'm saying.
No,
I'm just getting
it's not.
mad and yelling. So I think it's safely Chirizi.
I think usually when we have those arguments,
I sit over there uncomfortable, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do right now.
me and my sock summer are
I'm gonna drink
usually
another
just sitting there going, "You're throwing a lot of big words at us that we don't understand. We're gonna think that it's disrespect."
The next
started
question,
counting our shit.
the next question is from longtime guy Nick Clark. He says, if the 108ers were Simpsons characters, who would we be? Let's just do us three because we can go on forever with everybody else.
Mine is so easy. Mine is I'm Hans Moleman.
Oh no! I was gonna say Mo Sizlak. You're Mo Sizlak. I'm more of a Mo.
Either way, I am beautiful.
I don't know the Simpsons well enough to help in this.
I'm gonna go with Homer. I'm gonna say not
You're
because
Homer?
he's like a star, but just because he's very dumb. But then you also can have it when he's fat. Definitely not the hair problem. I got the hair, but he's
like the
also
drunk dad.
he's the good dad on the back end. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
like you don't expect much from him, but he does a lot. You know, he's a good.
See, I got someone different for you.
Who?
I got Duffman.
Oh,
I
I'll
think you're
take Duffman.
I think you're Duffman.
I'll take Duffman.
Duff-
I can
Man
just
does a lot
imagine.
of things.
I can just imagine you saying that.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is a tough one for Beefloaf, but I will go.
Ned Flanders.
No.
No, I will go. Mr. Burns. I'm gonna go Mr. Burns because you're kind of in charge of this whole thing, and you really hate me and my summer secretly, and you're just trying to destroy our lives. So
Chaos.
I think you're very much Mr. Burns.
Fuck that shit. Next question.
Plus, you have a guy that hangs around you a lot, Wally, that might or might not be. You know, he's your Smithers.
Next question is from our guy Ram, longtime guy as well.
Oh, Jesus.
So what was the most uncomfortable thing to happen in the tub?
I think we all know what this is because it just looked uncomfortable and you had to be uncomfortable. You cramped up.
He just floated back.
It looked like I had a taser underwater and just jammed him in the leg, and he just shot back and he was like, "Ah!" It hurt.
And he's laying in the background, and then I think you were probably talking. Treasy's probably talking, and Treasy sort of looks to the side like, "Where the fuck is this guy?"
I talked. I still talk.
But you were no longer
That's what
sitting
it
there; you
was.
just faded back.
Awesome.
All right, that's. I think that's
Fuck
an
Ram.
obvious one. Next question is from Sean Corbin. He says, "What are our thoughts on the White Sox being linked to C.J. Abrams at number 3? What do we think about the White Sox drafting a high school kid who's not likely to help the rebuild till year 8? We're in year 3 now."
I'm just gonna drink right now because I have no fucking idea.
Yeah, we're gonna let Beefloaf
If that
answer
was
this,
even
but I
English.
want to tell you.
Give me another beer before.
a little,
Yeah, please.
a little
You want a
side
heater
note
or you
to
want
this.
us?
Was hanging with Josh Nelson from Sox Machine before the game yesterday.
Yeah, we did a little.
We had a little
tailgate.
tailgate, and he was talking about different guys that they might draft, and each guy that he said, I was like, all right, and now what position does that guy play? I do not follow the draft at all, so I really have no idea. I just know that I still don't want Seth Beer, even though he's already drafted and on another team.
Actually, you got to rerun the Chirizi draft primer again this year because it's great. It really encompasses the way we think about the
Yes,
draft.
I'll post that very soon.
My thoughts on this, real simple. Don't worry about fit, and don't worry about fucking timeline. Okay, the gestation period of a prospect so long. Just get the best fucking
Just
player.
stack 'em.
If they end up being good, you can trade them. I mean, don't
Yep.
don't worry about it. Shit happens.
Stack
Injuries
'em up.
happen. You might say, "Oh, we got Tim Anderson. We don't need this shortstop," or maybe you're worried the shortstop's going to move off the position. Well, you don't know what's going to happen in the future if the guy's got to play center field. I like younger as opposed to the strategy they've been doing lately with all the college bats because you never know what surprise you'll get. Sometimes the surprise is the player flames out, they suck, they never make it to the majors.
Yeah.
But occasionally it is they become really good.
Yeah.
And a tool develops that you didn't even fucking know about. So I got no problem with it.
Good.
Next
Sounds
question.
great.
Next question is from My Shy Sox, who My Sox Summer and I got a chance to meet at the tailgate on
Yes.
Thursday with the Encore
Yeah.
Sports guys. It was,
Yep.
it's good to meet you. He says, "What's the craziest thing you witnessed at Sox Park?"
So, I mean, like, the obvious one, we've talked about this before, was the girl flashing
Titties.
Trace Thompson in right field. That was pretty crazy because,
Yeah.
one, didn't get kicked out.
No.
Two, Trace Thompson definitely noticed.
Yes, yes, he did. Yeah.
And three, it happened like 5 times. Like, it wasn't like just one flash. It was like a constant flow, and we were just kind of like, what is happening here?
The fact that none of us got our phone out in time to take a picture is really the saddest part of this all.
I had no
accomplished that.
interest with those photos being on my phone.
No, actually, I don't think that is the weirdest thing I've seen.
been a-
The weirdest shit I've seen, and I took a picture of it, and it was from maybe the first year we were doing this, is that fucking guy that was down like in the top bar patio area, which is now the Goose
Oh,
Island.
yes.
He had a fucking tramp stamp, and he had no shirt on, so he was blazing it out to the crowds like, "Look at my gigantic fucking tramp stamp." I couldn't believe it.
The weirdest thing, I don't think it's even now that weird, but when those two Cup fans that were sitting next to each other in 109, both puked at the same time. Or one puked first, and then the other guy was like, "Oh shit, he's puking," and then the guy left, and then the other guy puked again. The other guy started puking. I thought that was pretty. I mean, that was not. It's not crazy though, because they looked like they were going to pass
disgusting,
out.
but, you
it's
know.
very gross. But yeah, no, I don't got nothing. I don't know.
So,
I'll think
yeah, I
about
guess
it.
we'll have to wait until that fateful game when Beefloaf beats the shit out of me in the States.
My Sox Summer comes to your aid.
And see what? Well, it depends what he said.
Depends what he said.
That's what he said.
The next question is from John Buckley. He wants to know, do you guys need System of a Down tickets?
I don't think we're gonna be in condition to go out to Toyota Park,
Toyota
or
Park,
wherever
right?
that
I don't think
is.
so.
But it just brought up something to me.
Is Tool the night too, or is Tool
Surge
the
could
last night?
probably play me in a movie. Surge from System
Yeah.
of a Down could probably play me in a movie.
He's bald though, isn't he? Isn't he bald?
Yeah, I mean, they could
We'll
put
give
a
him a
hairpiece
wig,
on.
that's fine.
Well,
bro.
that's lame, dude. You gotta go with
Yeah, that
the
does kind of
right
suck.
there.
I agree. Next question is from Terese's lawyer, Vinny Baseball. He says,
This is great.
Do any of you still fit in the swim trunks in that picture?
Oh, the
Slayer
Slayer
shirt.
the Slayer ones, right? The Slayer shorts.
I have a very
Yes, the
well
second one.
crafted
Yeah,
answer
the
for
picture
this.
that I always put up when we advertise
Yes.
Sunday stuff.
My response to this is they fit as well as they did the first time I wore them. So I mean, they haven't got any worse and they haven't got any better. They've always been skin tight and my ass half hanging out the back. So
Mine just look like knee pads now.
They're really fucking tight, and we actually considered wearing them to a game, but we just thought it's too lewd and we might be kicked out of the stadium
Yeah.
for having just those on.
Yeah,
I mean,
It's,
they're
it's
so
too
tight.
sexy.
It is too sexy.
It's
It's
going to
just
be
too much.
distracting for the players.
you don't want to bust out and then there's balls everywhere. You don't want that to happen.
Well, maybe some people do. I don't know.
Balls everywhere. My Sox Summer story.
That's my solo project.
Next question is from Uncle Grumpy, and he wants to know, who should the White Sox next position player call-up be other than Lou Bob?
I mean, I think that's obvious. One Daniel Palka.
I was going to say the same thing.
Duh.
I was also going to say I'm glad that he used Lou Bob
Instead of La Pantera?
instead of La Pantera, because
Yeah.
La Pantera is going to die, and it's going to die for two reasons. One, it's too much to say in a broadcast. Like Benetti's never going to be pulling that out and calling someone La Pantera. And two, all the nerdiest people in the history of the internet are the ones defending the La Pantera, so it has to die.
Oh
The way it lives.
man, you just
Wow,
pissed off
you
a
just-
shitload of people.
I love it.
I cannot wait
Shots
until I
fired.
check that communist thread that we're on.
It's going to light me up,
And
right?
they're gonna be like, "Man, I really like beef loaf," and then he called me a nerd.
They know they're nerds.
That's
Doesn't
true.
matter.
Well, I'm not agreeing. with it.
But you agree with Daniel Palka.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The next one
I
called.
watched the Charlotte Knights game last night. And he looked good. He looked really good.
Smashed the home run the other way.
Yeah, he was getting. You know who else smashed the home run last night?
Who?
Adam Engel.
Ah, hell yeah!
So that was fun. You don't do it. You
He's
gotta
the
have,
host. He's got to be
There's
cool.
too much goddamn beef here. I get caught up in your big meat.
Smush it all in.
If I tried to wave my arms right now, they'd get crushed by your
Wave my arms.
I got two fucking gigantic beef sandwiches on each side of me.
Delicious beef
Ah.
sandwiches. There it is.
Ah.
Yeah. I got my titties all on
That
you.
was too much dip. Too much dip.
All right. Next question is from Shy Sox Anthony, another longtime guy. We got a lot of longtime people
Yeah.
in here. He wants to know. He liked our segment where we did the moms, the TV moms in the last podcast, and he says, which Hollywood actress did weird things that you needed to take matters into your quote unquote own hands as a youth?
Oh man.
Hollywood actresses?
Hollywood actresses. So in a movie when you're at a formidable age.
Oh,
sort
so
of.
this isn't TV moms. This is just any Hollywood actor.
This is any Hollywood actress, yeah.
Oh, I mean, like I think Apollonia from Purple Rain, right? That's
a good call.
That's
Yeah.
everyone's. Well, our age. That's everyone's first.
Yeah.
Who was the chick that was always on the posters that were at like Spencer's and stuff? Was it like? And it was like.
Veruza Balk.
No, Samantha Fox. But I don't think she was an actress, so I don't know if that really counts. She was just like a pinup model, I think, basically. So if I have to go with actress, I'm gonna talk about Basic Instinct Sharon Stone. Like
Okay.
that pretty much put me over the edge as a youth.
That's a
you
strong
know,
song
it
right
was
there.
just like, okay, you know, something's happening. Let's see what's going down.
I mean, you guys went a certain way, but I was talking with Mrs.
Were we not
Beeflo
supposed to go
before
that
this.
way?
No, I'm going to go a little different way than you guys
Because
went.
I thought it sounded
And,
like
and
a
it's
jerk-off.
Yeah.
no.
I mean,
Yeah, 100%
I think
is.
that's what he's asking.
And
That's why my hands are below the waterline right now.
just
you're a
remembering
sick
certain
fuck,
things.
Shy Sock Anthony, wanting to know what we did this to. So that's why I'm going to put that out there.
Just curious about
That's
it.
something
all.
fucking Sal would
That's
do.
all. He just wants to make sure that whatever he chose was the same as what we chose. That's
Yeah.
all. No, I was talking to Mrs. Beeflo before about this question and having a good laugh, and she's like, oh, probably Phoebe Cates from Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
I didn't see that till later.
And I said yes, but then when I thought about it a little more, I think Jennifer Jason Leigh from Fast Times at Ridgemont High was more the speed because she was more attainable.
Well, she was a
Phoebe
whore.
Cates was dating
Ready to play
the guy
out.
in college, and
Yeah.
Jennifer Jason Leigh was dating kind of the nerdy, dorky guy that could be any one of us.
Well,
Like, so it felt like, oh yeah, that girl, that's the girl.
Yeah.
Your overthinking of this is exactly why you're Mr. Burns.
Plus throwing it out to Damone, like she just like literally fucked Damone. Like
For
Damone
no- just like-
probably didn't even want to do it, but he did it anyway.
He did it very quickly,
I-
efficiently, I must say.
I
Yeah.
think all of us at that point thought Damone's star was on the rise, and we were all wrong. All right.
The best shot from that is his leg like shaking.
I didn't see that movie until I was like a senior in high school.
Always love the money shot.
I feel like you've watched this a lot.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it since the question
By
came
the
up.
way,
He wrote a thesis
like
on
the sun keeps coming out, and I can just hear and smell your skin crackling.
I smell like bacon.
This is our last question, unfortunately. It's from
Oh, we can add some more.
it's from Wandery Base Cup. He wants to know who our favorite gay Olympic athlete for the U.S. has been.
Oh,
Man, I don't even.
I got it, and it's the number one gay athlete
Go for it.
ever, Johnny Weir.
Oh, Johnny
The
Weir,
man
that's
is a
awesome.
fantastic
Strong-
dresser.
strong
He
call.
talks great.
Yeah.
He's a hell of a color guy. Everything. I mean, color like the clothes he wears.
I got it.
But yeah, he's delicious.
I feel like there's a Family Guy where he's he's not gay, and that's all part of an act. Well, I don't.
It's a good move. It's a strong move.
I don't know on some of these if the guy's actually gay. Like, I've always assumed Scott Hamilton is, but I have no idea.
I don't think he is.
He's like, okay, then I don't have one then,
He's not
because it was
gay.
going to be Scott Hamilton. I'll jump on the Johnny Weir
I'm gonna
bandwagon
do Johnny
because
Weir.
I'm pretty sure he is.
Not Michael Phelps, huh?
Come on, Adam.
Is he?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't keep track of that.
I like basketball, so I'm going to go with Elena Deladon.
Okay.
Oh,
She was the star here too for
Yeah, for the
our Chicago
Sky.
Sky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a babe. You know, so I like to go in that direction. I want to go a
She's
different
into the
sport.
ladies,
you,
huh?
you guys, of course, you guys are going men's figure skating. You got to think outside the box a little bit, man.
Well,
go somewhere else.
Well, I just don't know. I don't know the
That's
rest
the
of
way.
it. Like, I mean, like, did A-Rod still play baseball? Like, was that still Olympic sport when he came up? Like, because it might be A-Rod then.
and like half of the women's softball team, and the softball was still a
But is he
sport.
not? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't care.
It's
So,
true.
like,
It's tough. Yeah, I agree with you. I did have to look this stuff.
But yeah, look at that Juan Uribe's Cup. We didn't say Greg Louganis.
Yeah, fuck
No, you just did.
you. He was baiting us.
He's definitely baiting us.
Also, nice to meet you yesterday.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
awesome.
that was
if we
cool.
ever need security, we need that guy.
He's the
Yeah, and I liked how he kept saying, "Oh, I'm so fat," and I'm gonna be like, "Fuck you." Again, another guy that I wish I was fat like that guy. You know, like, "Oh, yeah, I'm fat because I have 19 or 27-inch pythons on my arms here."
He could pick us up and throw us like a javelin, like
Motherfucker.
Lamar in Revenge of the Nerds.
Yes, even my fat ass. Yes, for
That is
sure.
actually how I fly too. That's perfect.
Have come up with a name for my youngest,
Oh,
and we
all
were
right.
supposed to announce it 2 soaks ago, which I think was was it last week? No, it wasn't last week. It was 2 weeks ago. It is Little Sis Summer.
Little Sis Summer.
Little Sis Summer.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
All
That
right.
rolls off the tongue. I can do that one.
Isn't that what we said, right?
Yeah.
That's what we said. Yeah. Okay, just making sure. It's like, oh shit, did I fuck it up?
I forgot what happened.
I
had
was
like
just
5
pretending like you
things.
just told me, but that kind of
Oh, you kind of fucked that up.
really broke the fourth wall there, buddy.
Listen, you need to talk these things out before we do them, or else I'm going to forget. Especially after I've had some delicious Goose Island SPF beers mixed in with some Next Coast IPA
Next Coast.
from the Goose Island.
It's really starting to hit me. I love
All right.
it.
Well, that's it for this week.
Cheers.
Thanks for all the questions. We will see you soon. I don't know what you're pointing at, but
I was pointing at the ladies, I think. They're
Well,
like
we
upset.
got-
I was pointing at the screen.
Yeah.
Fans.
I thought you were pointing at
I
the
thought you were
girls.
pointing at the board, telling me there was one more
No,
topic or something.
no.
Is there
All
anything
right,
else
tell
we
you.
need to talk about?
There's not. We'll see you guys at the game today.
All right, smell.